Nurseries, and welcome back to another happy gardening video. Today we're going to focus on ficus and rubber plants. So these two are great, very similar looking. Technically this Audrey is more of in the ficus family, so you can kind of relate it to the fiddly fig as well. But they're incredibly similar to these rubber plants, and so that's why we kind of looped it all in at once. A quick fun fact about these rubber plants is that they used to be used to make rubber. So that's kind of where they get their name from. Their sap, before we had everything else that we use today for rubber, their sap was used for that. So kind of a fun little fact. These are clean air plants, so know that whenever you have them in your house, you'll wake up to cleaner air every single morning. So they're working even while you're sleeping, which is really fun. Okay, so with all of these plants, they are going to want bright indirect light. That's where they're going to thrive the best. When it comes to watering, they like to dry out just a little bit in between watering, so make sure you check those top couple of inches before watering again. When you do water, you're going to want to take the pot, put it under whatever water source, let the water soak everything running through to the bottom, and that's going to give them a really thorough deep watering. And then you just place it back in its pot or in its spot, whichever one. So two things you're going to want to look out for when it comes to watering are, one, yellow leaves. So if there's some yellow leaves, they're a little squishy, that is too much watering, so you're going to want to let that really dry out in between. And also make sure your pot is both draining and not sitting, maybe if you have a tray or something, it's not just sitting in that water. The other issue can be either brown leaves, so if it's getting really crispy, they're falling off, or even the edges of the leaves are becoming brown and crispy. That's typically not enough water. Sometimes the tips can be just a humidity thing, so go ahead and make sure it's not next to any kind of air vent or anything that's causing that air to circulate through too fast, not allowing it to retain that moisture. Another issue that you can see sometimes is, since they like bright indirect light, every once in a while we have someone, we've all been guilty of it, that will put it a little bit closer to a window, which then in case you'll see kind of towards the middle of the leaf getting these larger brown spots, that is typically a sign of a sunburn. So just go ahead, scoot that plant back, maybe across the room, because that probably means you have a great window, just somewhere that is less bright so that it can kind of recover from that sunburn. Alright, so the last thing we want to leave you with is we really don't see a lot of pests on these guys. So it's kind of surprising to know that there's actually 3 different types of pests that are attracted to them. There's mealybug, scale insect, and spider mites. So keep an eye out for those. Again, we hardly have anyone that ever comes in asking for any of that or any treatment for those, because really once you've got their water, their light down, they're really happy, low maintenance, and fast growers, which always feels good for you and whoever grows them. Last thing, they love fertilizer, especially in those growing seasons. This is our favorite houseplant fertilizer. You apply it once, it feeds for a few months straight. So you apply it, don't even think about it, and your plant is well taken care of. So yeah, that's all we have for you today. Thank you so much for tuning in to another video, and we hope you enjoy your plants.